Hello and welcome to A Star to Steer Her By, episode 313.
Woohoo! It's a palindrome.
Sure, yeah, yes, but I'm Chris, and joining me today are...
Ames.
Caitlin.
And Jake.
Caitlin, you don't sound so good today.
No, I've got horrible diarrhea. Oh, God.
She's doing her Sweetums impression.
Yeah, so it sounds like things went wrong with Caitlin. If she joins us and randomly pops into the podcast, look forward to that. It won't break things entirely at all.
Real life got in the way. God did not want her on this episode.
Yeah, because this is our second attempt at doing this episode.
Yeah, it's just... Oof.
I'm gonna say Q was involved. We failed the test and should prepare to be amoebas forever.
I've had a good run.
Being an amoeba looks great.
This week's episodes are Human Error and Q2.
You made a joke.
I did.
Intro music goes here.
I was thinking I was going to do it earlier, but I guess I have to
Nope,
do it here.
It has to go here now.
Shit, I hope I remember this when I'm
You
doing
can do
the
it
edit.
twice.
More intro
I'll have
music.
already put it in, and I'm like, fuck.
Jake, sing the song.
What song?
The intro song.
It's a star to steer her by, a podcast for your ears. We're gonna talk about some Star Trek shows, because we're a bunch of dweebs. And you better like what we have to say, cause if you don't, you're a piece of shit. So just sit right back and turn us off. Shut down your listening device, because this is a waste of time. Ba-doo-doo.
Tell us what you really think.
Well, I'm going to make that the official theme as of episode 350. Everyone look forward to that.
Randomly toward the end of Enterprise. Interesting choice.
First up, in Human Error, the writers think 7 of 9 is Reg Barkley and decide to have her addicted to fucking Chakotay on the holodeck.
I was there for it.
She then realizes that's a bad idea, because apparently if she has too many emotions, her brain breaks. Like, literally. And
I'm the same way.
And that's sad, because she was getting ready to maybe be more human.
That's it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a pretty good summary.
Yeah.
You hit all the major points.
So, I have, as I said before, I never really saw this season. But I was aware that people complained about Chakotay and 7 sort of being an item. I somehow missed the fact that it was just in a holodeck program, though.
Oh, no, it'll come back.
It comes back? That's depressing.
Wait for it to come back.
Great.
This wasn't the episode they're referring to.
Oh, that's too
this
bad.
is setting up. This is the setup.
Because, it doesn't make sense.
Tell me why. I think it makes perfect sense. I'll tell you why, but you go first.
I guess, just because they haven't had enough scenes together for me to think, yes, these two have clearly been kind of eyeballing each other. Maybe if they'd had more scenes, because here's the thing, at the end of the day, because I was thinking of this while we were watching, Beltran, you can pretty much put Beltran with anyone, and he seems to work well off of them.
Yeah, he's got charisma
He's a good actor.
He just, had they been seeding this longer, I maybe could have bought it, just because, they would have had chances to have time together.
Why do they need to have seen it?
Because I'm not sure by that, just because this is Seven's fantasy.
Yeah, this is 7 having decided, I think she mentions it to the EMH later in the episode, when he's like, pick Chakotay and not me. Luckily he didn't say that, or I would have fled the room.
It was definitely implied.
A little bit, but at least it wasn't out loud. And, EMH mentions this to her, and she says, it seemed logical.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. It really fucking does. Because Chakotay is a very empathetic person. He's a compassionate person. He seems the logical choice if 7 wants to just pick someone at random and see, what's it like to be more personable with this guy? Maybe she should have picked the guy she went on that holodeck date with a while back.
Broke his arm.
It's hot. He was into it.
Yeah, he liked it.
But I think Chakotay did a good choice. She makes a great comment to hologram Neelix at one point when he's like, "Oh yeah, Ensign Kim has all kinds of knickknacks and tchotchkes in his quarters." And someone's like, "I've never been to Kim's quarters. Kim is a creep." No.
I guess I should not seeded it in the sense of I just wish they'd had more scenes together.
I think what would have been more interesting for this episode is if we saw a fake relationship in the holodeck kind of develop more organically.
Oh, with Michael Sullivan.
Yeah, well, kind of. We're like, like Seven is practicing her social thing, and initially it's not like a sexual or relationship simulator.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm practicing being, more human.
Well, we see a little of that with the baby shower.
We do, and that works. And then like there could have been like
You wanted this to be a two-parter, is what I'm hearing.
she has no, because they just wasted so much time in this episode that they could have if they spent more time at the beginning with scenes of like her socializing with Hollow Chakotay, and like then you get like a close up or something where like you can kind of see like the beginnings of I think I kind of like Chakotay, and then like it kind of builds on that, and then you can have a bit of conflict in the episode as like she's trying to reconcile her feelings that she has for Hollow Chakotay with real Chakotay, and like not mixing up those feelings, and that's way more interesting.
That would be more interesting
of a story.
They even
then like your emotions will make your brain dead,
and they even sort of hinted at that to an extent. Was that there's that scene where he sort of runs into her in the hallway and is just talking casual because as far as he's concerned, everything's normal. Meanwhile, she's seen Hollow him naked.
Or what was programmed for as Hollow him as naked.
Well, yeah, that's
I mean, I'm sure she was very accurate in everything.
She definitely just hacked into the medical files.
I mean, I'm sure she also has like X-ray vision on that thing.
That's true.
Oh, wow.
She probably knows what everyone's got packing.
That's what Geordi did with his visor.
Mm-hmm. It's the future. It's fine. I don't know. That's the thing. I'm not mad that they did a 7 trying to become more human-like episode.
Yeah, it's been gradual over the course of the season, or the seasons.
Sort of, but it seems, I think that's a complaint that a lot of people have about Voyager in general, is the reset button. Because I feel like, okay, you spend this episode where you kind of try to do a little character development on 7, but then by the next episode, it's like basically forgotten about.
I did like a little bit that they brought back up Unimatrix Zero as kind of her inspiration for wanting to be like, okay, those emotions might have been nice, but I've been like putting them aside because it's traumatic for me to think about.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll bring them back up again in a safe environment that you can tell she feels guilty as fuck about. Like every time someone asks her, what are you doing in the holodeck? Research? Nothing. Shut up, you're not my real mom. My real mom's dead in a Borg.
Being fair, you should feel guilty about stooping a hologram of a coworker.
True.
Like,
at least make a fictional character.
It's no less creepy when she does it than when anyone else does it. Like you said, at least Janeway stooping a guy that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Although she did fuck with his program, which was weird.
So, one of the things that she set up for herself in her fake reality were quarters.
Mm-hmm.
And that got me thinking, why the fuck does she still live in a cargo bay? Like, they couldn't have installed one of those Borg things in a regular room.
Much lower ceilings.
I still think they could have done something. Like,
definitely.
Because, like, people come into the cargo bay the fucking time looking for shit. Neelix hides his friggin' drugs in there, and
Chakotay hides his booze.
So...
Plus, you can't tell me you couldn't just lay it down like a bed.
Yeah, no shit.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
No, you must be standing, or else it doesn't work.
Because, clearly they don't need... They could wean her off of it. Icheb seems to not live in there anymore.
Well, he doesn't have a cortico node.
Yeah, but I thought that was just about kind of maintaining all of her bits and bobs.
Yeah,
not just
I don't know how it works for him, but yeah.
But yes, you're right. He was
needs
less...
to recharge the batteries, but yeah, I see no reason why it can't be a lay down. It could even probably be built into a bed, like an actual bed.
Mm-hmm.
Like the headboard is the little Spencer Gifts lightning thing.
Nice.
I bet she'd love a Cardassian bed.
Oh, big time. But yeah, I'm like, 7 of 9 should have a fucking room to herself that fucking assholes aren't just gonna pop in all the time.
Yeah.
Or at least in the cargo bay, you can install another wall.
Yeah.
If it has to be cargo bay, fucking bisect the room.
Fucking make a hologram wall that bisects the room.
No, hologram walls always fail at some point. We saw this on Prison Ship.
Yeah. So, I don't know. That was one takeaway I had.
Yeah.
They even get, like, Suitor, who was a fucking murderer, had his own room.
Nice.
7 of 9, who admittedly has murdered a lot more people than Suitor ever did.
Not willingly.
Is still denied a room. Hell, they could have set her thing up in Astrometrics, and she likes living there. You know, she basically lives there already anyway.
Yeah.
That's true, and they yell at her when she's not at her post.
That would be the Elon Musk solution.
And they have to charge her for it, too. I also enjoyed in the, when we're seeing Seven's room, before she's upholstered hit with anything. Neelix comes in, and one of the things he suggests is curtains. Which, I think this is the third or fourth time Neelix has brought up adding curtains to something.
Has he?
Which is very funny, because Memory Alpha listed 2 times, and I think I wanted to say in Phage? Which is the one where he loses his lung. The one where he loses his lung.
I think that's Phage.
I think that's Phage. When he's stuck in bed and can't move a fucking inch, he looks at the ceiling and says, maybe we put, like, some kind of a tapestry or something up there. Curtain-like. This is a man who loves curtains.
You know, for someone who's obsessed with curtains and like, wall decor, the fucking mess hall looks like shit. Like, how come he hasn't spruced that place up at all?
That's a good question.
Maybe he has put in multiple requisitions and just been denied.
Tuvok keeps saying no.
I'm surprised he hasn't, like, set it up like a 50s diner.
That's because this show isn't run by George Lucas.
Nice.
I could see Tom Paris.
Yeah.
I could see a whole episode where Tom Paris convinces Neelix that he needs to personalize. This is like a season 1 or season 2 episode. He needs to personalize the mess hall. It's like, oh no, this is your place. And then Tom is like, well, we'll set it up like an old time 50s diner. You can pour the captain's coffee.
You got a robot waitress on wheels.
Whenever you pour coffee for the captain, you got to say hun. You got to call her hun. Here you go, hun.
Just picture him squeezing one of those silly paper triangle hats over his mohawk.
Mm-hmm. You gotta get you gotta get a flat top, do old fashioned smash burgers or whatever.
Yep. That, I am almost surprised that was never an episode.
Right? It seems so obvious now that I think of it.
Well, we're coming close to fanfic season, so keep that in mind. Wink, wink.
I also noticed in that scene where Neelix is suggesting the curtains, he says something like, oh, as long as it matches the carpet, and I'm like, was that a fucking pubes joke?
I don't... See, that's the thing. Neelix may not think of it as a pubes joke, but the writers would have fucking known, and what the actual hell?
It definitely seems like at least a wink to the audience about a pubes.
And that's the thing. In that scene, it's Seven and Neelix. Neelix, who probably wouldn't get that this was a reference. And Seven, who wouldn't get that it was a reference. If Paris were there, he'd be like, Neelix, you gotta put that another way.
Yeah. No, there was a deleted bit where Chakotay walks in that moment and goes, "Oh, they match."
Jesus.
Actually, that also gets me thinking, though.
Does it?
So the doctor, if you recall, when he first gave Seven her outfit,
yes,
and hair, he's like, "Oh, I stimulated your hair follicles."
Mm-hmm.
So it means that her hair wasn't growing until he did something.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if she has any body hair. Because would he have bothered to stimulate all of her hair follicles all over her body?
I think it wasn't that her hair wasn't going to start growing again. It's that was how they explained how she already had a full head of hair. He was like, I sped up your head. The rest will come natural.
Yeah. Mazzotti has hair, so...
But she always had hair, even when she was
that's
born.
true, yeah.
I don't think Icheb did. Icheb
now
has hair.
he started off...
But yeah, I think that was just to explain why she had a full head of hair that fast. Like, I sped up your head hair, the rest of it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe he let the rest grow naturally.
Yeah.
I buy that.
Fair. But yeah. Oh, another thing. Yeah, so this episode actually just is things that piss me off about 7 of 9.
Oh no! See, I actually think Jerry Ryan was quite good in this episode.
She's amazing.
Dang it!
She's always amazing. And she was really good in this episode, but it just makes me angry at the writers / Captain Janeway in the world that she doesn't have quarters.
Yep, fair.
She doesn't get to wear a uniform.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In her fantasy,
she brings it up.
In her fantasy, she got to wear a fucking uniform.
Oh, she looks great in the uniform.
And she looks fucking fantastic. We knew that from Relativity, but she looks fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, what it does is it does kind of reveal, like, all the shit you kind of wish they'd been doing all this time. Like,
it's almost like whoever wrote this episode was pissed off at the other writers for shortchanging.
Yeah, pretty
7
much.
and 9.
Oh, well, that's a possibility. Although I think it was... Did I write down who the writer was? Yes, it was Andre Bormanis, who is on the team. So he's been there a lot. I forget, because I want to say he's the usual science consultant, but I might be mistaking him for somebody else. He also says this whole episode was a metaphor for dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder. Which I can see it. It's a little hidden.
Yeah, it's not exactly the main thrust by the end.
Yeah.
Like,
this really comes down to how did...
They do it better in Prodigy, but they do everything better in Prodigy.
How to bang your boss without banging your boss.
Yeah. Ugh.
Upsettingly, like the further into this episode we got, it's like, dang it, now I'm in love with Chakotay. It took this long because I always enjoyed his character a little extra just because there's so many haters out there that's like, yeah, no, I will fight for this man, and I was like, fuck, now I have a crush on this man. When did this happen?
Yeah, I don't know. I think Beltran's great.
Yeah.
I always
when they let him do
when they let him do things, but and it is. I'm glad that he had an opportunity to do some acting this week. Mm-hmm.
Actually, also, let's talk about the kind of, I'm going to say breakup scene, even though he's a hologram, but I think it's kind of still a breakup scene, and how I almost expected him to say, but Seven, this is a big part of you growing as a Borg and growing out of that whole part of you. But instead, he's like, this is an important thing for both of us, and I gave him a lot of credit for not just making it about her thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's one thing with holoprograms when they create co-workers. No matter who does the writing, they seem to really know the person super well.
Yeah.
Seven has spent 49 hours in 6 days in this hologram, and I wrote down, banging Chakotay is a full-time job. More than a full-time job. I don't work 49 hours.
Look, it's like, you got a new game, you really like it, you devote all your free time to it.
Oh, how is Tears of the Kingdom?
Good. I'm enjoying the new version of the Hestu dance.
I do miss the old song. The new dance is great because it involves more Koroks.
Yes.
And I do love them.
There was some B-plot, but I don't remember what it was.
Oh, there was a...
Oh,
they kind of basically flying through, effectively a mine testing ground or some kind of testing ground. Yeah, right. And they were yelling at Seven because Seven was the one spotting mines effectively.
But she kept going off to play, pork your boss.
Yeah, and then I think at the end, her solution was to, getting rid of a certain detonating thing that was coming their way was to get close enough to use the transporter to beam the detonating device off of a mine, which is kind of insane. A
little. Tom enjoyed it, though.
Yeah.
He got to be all like, I get to fly like an idiot.
Earlier in the episode, when they kept running into the mines, I could swear there was a deleted scene where Tom's like, "My God, how did we hit another mine? I could have sworn there was a 1 over there and a 2 over there. So by process of elimination, there should not have been a mine here."
Okay, took me a minute.
Oh wow!
I was waiting.
Freaking loved Minesweeper.
No, so did I.
All of my adolescence.
The problem is, for some reason, I was waiting for it to be a Galaxy Quest reference. So when it wasn't, my mind had to reboot to be like, all right, what is he actually talking about?
Harry Kim got Starfleet diapers for the baby shower.
Oh yeah.
Which I wrote, do they need that, or do they just beam it out of you?
Well, also, why would you, in a world where replicators exist, and I know there are...
why even have a baby shower?
Well, why have cloth diapers? That just seems like extra work.
Well, no, because there's a replicator, and then you just toss them and get new ones.
Yeah, without it being as wasteful as tossing plastic ones.
Salad and scrambled eggs. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, those are one-use cloth diapers.
Yeah, but then it's kind of a shitty gift.
Literally.
Yeah!
Oh!
Seven had a very cute toast.
Mm-hmm.
It was something to the effect of, I hope all of her aspirations come true except for one, so there's always something to strive for. And I thought that was very cute.
Yeah, it's a decent line.
I liked it.
Chat GPT to the rescue.
Why?
I don't know, it just sounds like, give me a baby shower speech.
I think that's next week.
I get it. What else are in my notes? I have in no particular order because it just it shot out at me. What's for the dessert? The dessert is definitely vagina.
God damn it.
I feel like I might have had a similar thought at the time.
The holodeck has continued to get fucking more magical.
In what way?
Well, it can remove her implant off of her face.
Yeah.
Oh, it could put clothes on Lily Sloan.
I know, it put clothes on 7 of 9 too. And did her hair.
That's true. The hair was interesting.
And what's weird is after she left the holodeck, her hair was still did, I think.
One of the times I think she had to put it back
Yeah.
up, but not the other time.
So it's weird to me. The holodeck at this point, it can just do anything. Holy God.
Well, apparently when my phone is on Do Not Disturb, it does not silence the ringer.
It's a
Do not
good
disturb.
choice,
Sounds
phone.
like an actual, please disturb.
It turned off everything else. But yes, the holodeck is wildly inconsistent.
There'll be some more magic holodeck nonsense next week, I think.
Yay. It was a good metaphor about the metronome. I thought that was a nice little writing touch.
Yeah.
Pat the writer on the back. You did a good metaphor, guy.
Metronome seems like if Santa wore trendy clothes.
Oh, Christ. Wow. Really, Jake?
'Cause he's a
Okay.
metronome.
Neat.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, and then the episode just kind of ends at some point. It feels like we're in the middle of a conversation. Seven says, "Nope, we're not going to do that anymore. The end. Bye."
Show's almost over. We're not going to bother.
The teaser scene kind of hit me in the face. Oh, that's it. It's literally just we watch someone playing piano. We see it's Seven, and then we cut to the opening intro segment, and then the end is just cut off and done. You're done.
Yeah, that was sort of weird.
No more.
She's playing the piano. Ba-na! It's just okay.
Who'd have thought?
Is this supposed to be what?
Is it teasing? Is it teasing? It's not that teasing.
No, it's not.
Yeah. I also don't quite buy you can't get emotional or else your board shit malfunctions.
Has she never been emotional
She
before?
has, hundreds of times. She's frequently emotional.
But this is the first time she was horny.
Oh, that's what it is.
That may be what it is.
That old Borg saltpeter trick.
When EMH says emotional, what he means is you're flooded down there, Seven.
Oh.
Caitlin's not here. Someone's got to do it.
Fair enough. I mean, it does make sense as a concept, but yes, it does feel like maybe it would have kicked in during, say, Unimatrix Zero.
Yeah, she was making out with that guy's face quite a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe that just means she didn't actually like him.
She didn't. She could have done better.
Yeah, she should have gone with... I think his name was Korok, the Klingon.
Yeah, he's always a good option. Klingons are often a good option.
Tell Tom. Oh, wait, he knows.
Ew.
I have been handed a card. We're apparently moving on to Q2.
Segue.
In Q2, Q weirdness starts happening. But wait a minute, it's not John Delancey, it's Little Delancey. Keegan Delancey.
He's a cutie.
He is playing Little Q from, The Q in the Gray. Was that the episode title? I meant to look it up.
Yes, it is.
Yep, so he's he's now the Q equivalent of a teenager, and like a real teenager, he's a giant pain in the ass. And Q is go hang with Aunt Kathy and Charlie X all over the place for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Complete with stealing Neelix's mouth and vocal cords in a deeply unsettling body horror scene. Yeah, so basically he's been a little scamp in a way that annoys even his dad. So his dad is maybe you can learn from humans. And then they decide to strip him of his powers, so he will actually learn from humans. And he actually starts to come around. At first I thought he was just pulling a con, but he wasn't.
Well, that's because there's going to be consequences.
True. They're going to make him an amoeba. But, he chills with Icheb and is good at something, but I've forgotten what.
Is it writing reports?
Well, that too. But, and we find a little bit of his motivation is he was born to be the savior of the Q continuum, and that's a lot to rest on even a god's shoulders, so that kind of caused him to freak out a little, and his dad didn't pay enough attention to him.
They didn't tell Cisco until he was an adult.
Yeah. So, he's thinking hey, I'm doing good, and I'm better, and I'm happy, and then Q doesn't like his report, and that makes little Q sad, so he decides to fuck off with Icheb, kind of takes him hostage to have a joyride, and Icheb nearly gets killed, and there's this whole thing where he goes back and takes responsibility, and oops, it was actually his dad the whole time.
He loves tests!
Yes.
We've always known this!
But the Q court is still like, fucking whatever. And
Still wearing those robes for some reason.
Yeah. And Q goes to talk to them and is like, look, I'll actually pay attention to him. And they're like, fine, he can have his powers back and we won't make him an amoeba or a human. And yeah, it kind of just...
Yeah, that's about all that happened.
Sorry, I didn't have a good ending for that because I realized I got to it and hadn't built up to it well. It just was there.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. This is another one.
You didn't like this one either? Dang it.
Well,
I liked everything this week.
I didn't hate it. I just...
It was directed by LeVar Burton.
I
It
liked...
kind of shows. You can kind of see a little LeVar in there.
Yeah. I liked it better once it stopped just being a Q episode. Like, once we actually did find out more about Little Q and all that, it's like, I kind of wish more of the episode about had been his sort of genuine emotional moments. Because once those started, I was like, oh, okay, this is actually good. Because at first it was like, okay, fine, it's Q. Oh, good, we're stripping Jerry Ryan because this fucking show. But, like, once they actually got to his sort of, his impetus and all that, and he started to come around.
Harry. Should have been Harry.
That'd have been fine.
He'd actually have been uncomfortable. It would have, like, little Q's looking for a reaction.
Well,
Who else is he going to get a reaction out of?
The joke is that 7 of 9 doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still, it's like, of course, it's, just an excuse to get Jerry Ryan undressed, and it's annoying.
Yeah, I don't know. I like this episode a lot better when the juvenile Q was Amanda Rogers and there were puppies.
Where's the overlap with that?
I suppose
other than
there's
it's a Q kid.
It's a Q kid, like, it's a Q kid story. And, and like, the Q kid adjusting to their powers and...
But he's always had powers.
Yeah, it's kind of a reverse Amanda Rogers.
A little bit.
She sort of discovers she's a Q. He's like... Again, it's Deja Q, where they take away his powers to try to teach him a lesson.
It's like Charlie X meets Deja Q.
Yeah.
And then they have another baby somehow. Yeah. So many Q babies.
The fact that he was learning how not to Q was important, but I don't know. I still feel like the central theme of we have this child Q. The Q continuum is going to kill them if they don't satisfy us, because that was also the Amanda Rogers thing.
That's right. I forgot about that part.
And then like they're going to get in trouble for taking Q shortcuts and doing things the Q way. Yeah. It's like when she cheated on her Dr. Crusher homework.
Yeah, it does feel like despite Q and Q's best efforts with Q, the Q continuum still kind of sucks.
Yeah.
They really need a bigger kick in the ass than they got.
And why were they wearing the judge robes?
Well, see, that's simply how humans interpreted it.
Because Janeway was there, so she had to see it. No, Janeway wasn't there, was she?
No, someone was in the room. I'm sure of it. I'm pretty sure it was Janeway.
Was it? Okay, good. They were doing it just for Janeway.
Certainly they were appearing in human form for the benefit of humans. Like, I'm sure the Q's natural habitat is not...
It's whatever they want.
Yeah, so when they choose to take human form, it must just be the thing that, we got to wear these post-apocalyptic horror outfits.
It's also entirely possible that Q, Jesus Christ, Delancey Q told the rest of them...
That doesn't help.
Fuck!
They're both Delancey Q.
Delancey Q Sr. God damn it. Delancey Q Sr. just told the rest of the continuum, was like, no, that's how human judges still dress. Yeah, totally. And none of them checked for some reason. So...
I think it's 1,000% for the audience.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise, otherwise people will be like, who are these people?
Yeah, it's to let you know, like, this is what a Q looks like when they're a judge.
It's also possible they just, Q did that in Farpoint, and the rest of Q were like, yeah, those look good, actually.
That's pretty cool.
They look douchey in a way we like.
I think it would have been neat if they were like British judges
with the stupid
Jesus
wigs.
God,
it's just like a stupid, but like twice the size of
Can't take them seriously.
That's the point.
It's like they're playing dress up for work.
No. See, that would be if there was a panel of whatever Trelane species is. It's not Q, and I refuse to accept that, and I swear to God, if they ever officially retcon it to that, I will leave it.
Wait for Lower Decks. They'll do it.
There's a rumor that Strange New Worlds might pull it, which would really upset me.
There's no way, because Spock would have known who.
Well, it could be a
Trelane
different
is.
Trelane or
Oh.
something. I don't know.
Ugh.
Who knows?
That's
Trelane's
why
parents.
you don't do prequels.
You can. You just don't bring in Trelane.
Yes, don't do it. William Campbell was perfect. We don't need any more.
No, exactly. Come up with some other new godlike being.
There's plenty of them.
In TOS, like, every third week was a new godlike
Oh,
race.
yeah.
There's no reason not to have more.
When we did our omnipotent entity
There were so
productivity, it was just every other week in TOS. Jeez, too many.
That's what it was. TNG, they're like, it's the Q and Kevin Uxbridge, and that's it.
There may have been others.
There may have been. I can't remember, but...
I like that Junior refers to everyone as bipeds.
Oh, yeah.
that was a nice little touch.
Nagilum was pretty good. Like,
Yeah,
True.
he's on our list. You can go read it about it on the Blogtivity. Click. What did you guys think of Keegan Delancey, by the way?
I think, he did what he needed to do, which was be really annoying for half the episode, and then
really endearing.
sympathetic for the
Yeah.
other half. Like, yeah, no, he annoyed the fuck out of me for a long time, but again, that was clearly the point. So, he nailed it. Whether or not I wanted that is a different story.
It's such an amazing coincidence, though, that, like, I'm sure out of the thousands of people that auditioned for that role, it just happened to go to John Delancey's kid. And John Delancey was playing the father in the show. Like,
I kind of wonder if, like...
They did have him audition.
Did they?
Yes.
Okay. I was kind of wondering if maybe part of the pitch to Delancey had even been like,
In
we'll
fact,
have your kid play your kid.
In fact, Berman suggested bringing him into audition after seeing him in an episode of Ally McBeal.
Really? I forgot about
Yeah.
that show. Never
Never
watched it.
It doesn't look like he did any acting at all after this, I guess. This is his last acting credit. And I read on his Memory Alpha page that he went on to study peace, war, and defense studies and Arab cultures, and now he serves as a U.S. Foreign Services officer.
Oh, so he's a spy. Because 9 out of 10 foreign services officers are actually intelligence.
Neat.
Destabilizing
So he seems cool.
democracies.
I also read his mother. We've seen on the Star Trek before.
Oh, yeah?
She was Revis's one of Reva's chorus members in Loud as a Whisper.
Oh, well,
The girl.
yeah, the only one that was, yeah, wow. I had no idea they were a thing. Not gonna lie, didn't know John Delancey had a kid until we were watching the opening credits of this episode, and I went, I bet I know who he's related to. It would have been kind of hysterical if actually the surname was just a coincidence. It's like, wow, and that can't be a common surname.
Right.
Unless you're from Lancey.
True. Yeah, overall, I think I didn't mind it. I would have preferred less Q, more human dealing with pressure baby Q. Because that was when he got more interesting. It's like, why is he such a dick? Just because of his dad? Like, oh, no, because, yeah, he just had this huge mission weighed on his shoulders.
Yeah. I don't know where you would start that, though, because you kind of need that much room at the beginning to, like, think he's a jerk.
Yeah.
So that he has enough room at the end to do kind of his redemption kind of a thing.
Yeah, I just maybe like one less scene. By which I mean making Jerry Ryan naked.
Yeah, I could always do without that.
Like, you cut that scene, you've still got enough scenes of him being a pain in the ass to have made the point. But yeah, because it does sort of beg the question of, like, what had the idea been? With, like, if we have a Babby Q, that'll
Things
fix
will
everything.
magically be okay.
Yeah, and it's just kind of like, wait. And at the time, watching the episode, like, yeah, sure, fine, whatever. New blood, I guess. New ideas, maybe. But actually, wait, no, hold on. That doesn't make sense. It does kind of sound like having a kid to try to save the marriage, and that never works. I mean, hell, it caused Susie Q to vanish.
See, I always thought in Q and the Grey, it was more about not just making one kid, but about showing the rest of the Q, hey, we can all do this. Like, I don't know if you've
Yeah.
ever seen Rossum's Universal Robots.
No, somehow.
It's a strange-ass play. It's very strange and very 1920s. But it originated the word robot, which is
Yes,
great.
that I knew.
So we come to see but after the first long chunk of the play, and the robots have taken over. Spoilers, the robots have taken over. They realize they can't build themselves because they're like missing the one component to making their own more robots.
That's that episode of Voyager.
Prototype.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little like that.
Huh.
And they keep one of the humans alive and and are forcing him to come up with the one thing they're missing to making more robots.
Like Prototype.
Oh my god!
Prototype.
Why didn't we bring this up?
Well, because I hadn't read it, so it was on you two, really.
I failed utterly at this. Yeah, and eventually you see, two of the robots, the girly robot and the cute boy robot. They kind of start falling in love, and you realize, that's where the robots will come from.
Love.
Well, because in that play, the robots aren't like what we think of as robots, like mechanical beings. They're
more zombies.
Yeah, they're more. Well, they're
more
more
Frankenstein monsters.
Yeah, they're closer to like a Frankenstein monster type of thing. Where they're
replicants, maybe?
Yeah, more like a replicant. They're just people. They're basically the whole thing was a allegory for the plight of the workers.
Yeah.
Right. Well, of course, it was Russian from the 20s.
It was Czech.
But
Czech.
Same difference.
I thought
in terms of literature.
It was written by Karl Čapek, who was the president of the Czechoslovakia at the time. What was it? Am I making this up? Or was it
You're thinking of Havel.
I'm thinking of
Havel.
Havel.
Was
the other Czech playwright. Damn it.
Yes, Václav Havel was the president.
I know that name for some reason.
You were in his play.
Yeah, he wrote the memorandum.
Oh, I fucking love the memorandum. It's a great play.
It was a great play.
Look, if you're going to read it, though, find the version called the Memorandum. They did a more recent translation called the Memo, and it's not as good. And they anglicized the names for some reason, which causes you to lose a whole joke. Very upsetting.
But anyway. But yeah, RUR, yeah,
it's a trip.
Good. So yeah, the idea is that the robots learn how to bang.
Right. Like Blade Runner.
Like the apple.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, if instead of let's put all this pressure on Q Jr. to somehow solve everything that's wrong with the Q continuum into, I don't know, I feel like it should have been, now if we all make new babies, then we can kind of have a new generation. The next generation!
Of course, the issue there then becomes if a immortal species continually reproduce, not that they take up space. They do take up energy, though. Oh, that's confusing. I'm going to stop thinking about that now.
This might be unpopular, but
whoa,
I don't think I've really cared for any of Q's appearances
in Voyager or at all
post TNG. I certainly didn't like his appearance in DS9.
Yeah, he was a waste in that episode.
Yeah, and
he did get punched,
and he's been in what, three episodes?
3 episodes of Voyager,
and it just feels.
How about in Picard?
Oh, I hated that. I hated what they did to that character.
Really? I loved his outfit.
I think
that's what it is.
They dressed him.
It's Delancey acted his fucking ass off. He was great in Picard season 2, and he looked
fabulous.
No,
I mean, the thing is, Delancey always does a good job, but it just always feels so... It's to me, it's kind of close to the Mirror Universe, in that it's a nice thing when they did it in TOS. And then they kept bringing it back in Deep Space Nine. It just got worse and worse and worse. And it was the low points of DS9 for me are the Mirror Universe episodes. None of them are good. None of them work. It doesn't make sense. I feel like there's only 2 times in Star Trek where Mirror Universe episodes actually work. One of them is in TOS, and one of them we haven't gotten to yet.
I gotta read. I think there's comics of both the TNG and the Voyager mirror universes.
It's stupid,
but it's comics, so it doesn't count. So you can just enjoy the fluff.
Comics, so they burn easily.
Yes, but mine are digital downloads.
Damn it. But anyway, and I kind of feel the same about Q, though. It's okay, yeah.
Q should be a digital download.
Yes, I mean Q is interesting a few of the times. I feel like the strongest Q appearances are... What's the one where he becomes human?
Deja
Q.
Deja Q.
Iborg, he's great. Well, Iborg, he's a little dick, but he's great. Not Iborg.
Iborg? That's Hugh. What?
The other one.
Q who?
Yes, Q who. The one where we meet the Borg is what I meant.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Q. Yeah, that's a good one. I think Tapestry, even though it's arguable whether or not that's actually Q or just a hallucination, is good.
That's actually Trillian.
And I think
All Good Things.
And I guess you have to include Farpoint then, because you don't have them in All Good Things without Farpoint.
I think what later versions, even some later TNG versions of Q lose, is that for all that he's sort of a trickster in some ways, there is always a slight, in his better appearances, undercurrent of menace.
Yeah.
And they eventually kind of drop that.
Yeah, then he just kind of becomes like a Loki character.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
he's a goof.
Yeah, it's like you're here to stir up trouble for chaos reasons.
Yeah. It's also like... It's... The episodes in Voyager, when he pops up, it's like all about him. It's like, oh, I got a problem. This other Q wants to kill himself. We have to make sure that doesn't happen. That's a Q problem. Oh, the Q are dying. We need to make a baby, Janeway. Let's bang. That's a Q problem. Hey, my kid's a piece of shit. Help me, Janeway. That's a Q problem. Like, the 3 times that we've seen Q, it's been Q coming to Voyager because he needs help with a problem. Whereas...
Which, let's be real, like, in universe, he's... In the real world, he's bothering Janeway because that's the show that's on the air.
Oh, yes, of course.
In universe, he would have been harassing Picard about all of this.
But also, I just don't think he, like, contrast that to his other appearances where he comes to, not because he's got a problem, he wants to either cause you a problem for you, or he's trying to teach you some sort of a lesson.
Yeah, well, okay, I guess the thing is, the reason you can sort of justify it in universe is the reason he shows up in the first place because Quinn wants to kill himself is because Voyager finds Quinn.
Yeah.
So that is what brings them to his attention in the first place. The Q Civil War that results is because of the events of the Quinn episode.
There's so much continuity.
And this is a result of this. This is some of the only continuity in this show.
Yeah.
Neelix's background.
The Q arc, yeah.
And the Q arc.
And we remembered Unimatrix Zero last episode.
For some reason. Even though we contradicted it.
Yeah. And before someone points out that I listed Q Who among my top Q
I
episodes...
listed Q Who.
Wait, which one returns to a human?
Deja Q.
Deja Q. Where I listed Deja Q among my top Q episodes. Bear in mind, that one, he is coming to Picard because he has a problem. But I would argue that that's the exception that proves the rule. Okay?
Yeah, his problem is I'm going to become your problem.
Yeah, the Q dump him on them.
Yeah, it is because it's still Picard's problem to deal with, and it's well established that he and Picard are friends.
Ish. If you can be friends with a Q at all.
Yeah, well, Q thinks he's a friend.
Aww.
But like, you know, most, if not all of his other appearances, he either thinks he's being helpful,
Or is in Deep Space Nine where he's entirely superfluous to the episode.
Yeah, he either thinks he's being helpful or he's deliberately there to cause a problem because he thinks you need to learn a lesson.
He's there because the audience will recognize this character and get boners.
Right.
Yeah.
He does look great.
Yeah, I don't love his appearances in Voyager. Didn't love this one.
I liked, what was the Quinn one's name? Brain is gone.
Mr.
Gone now.
Quinn's Wild Ride.
There it is.
But I think that's more because Quinn is compelling.
Quinn is very good. That's a good point. It's a new Q experience to see.
Yeah.
Was it like Q squared?
There was one that didn't have a Q in it.
Oh.
Which is
Death Wish.
Death
Yes,
Wish,
there we go.
Good. Beating my memory for a change. It's too full of new Voyager titles. New tedious titles. I thought Janeway should have failed Icheb for that report. Because when she asks for a report that's like, what did she say? 8 minutes? I want
Something
an
like
8-minute
that.
report. And his report goes on for fucking days. He did not do the assignment.
No, it's true.
Yeah, kids gotta learn.
Right out the airlock.
Finium. It was funny, though, when Babby Q referred to him as having a Kirk obsession or hang-up or whatever. It's like, oh, son, that is just all of Starfleet.
That is all of Star Trek.
Yeah, well, they all have a huge boner for Jimmy T.
Yeah, then once the audience realizes, oh, they're talking about Kirk!
Oh, Chris, I just thought of a headcanon that can really piss you off.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. It's Bem.
Trelane
Mm-hmm.
is Q Jr. And the parents that were mad at him were
Q and Susie Q?
And Susie Q. Yes, exactly.
That might be the only way I would accept retconning Q as Trelane.
And that's why he knows about Kirk.
But see, that I'm okay with, because that
Ooh.
just means Trelane is that Q and not Trelane was always a Q, if that makes sense.
So does that mean the Trelane that we saw in TOS would have been before Q Jr. in this episode?
Yes.
When he was more of a little brat?
Yeah, because...
And that's what drove Susie Q away.
Yeah.
To divorcing herself from her son.
Yep, there we go. That one is almost acceptable. Still prefer they don't, but I like it.
I thought it was great to see a Cardassian apologizing for the occupation of Bajor.
See, that's the thing. That proves he did listen to Icheb's report, though. Because that's how Kirk beat the Kobayashi Maru. He changed the parameters of the program.
Yep.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about that bit. That was kind of funny.
Actually, the funniest bit, this bit I chuckled heartily at. I wish you could see the look on your faces. Wait, you can. And then he makes mirrors appear in their hands.
Yeah, that was a good one.
It's a great joke.
Well, especially because, he's Q, he could have totally just made copies of them and appear in front of themselves, but he went the simple route.
Yes.
Yeah. The mirror was great, and really it was the reaction of the actors, because they both kind of looked at it for a second and to see what the fuck's am I? Oh, fuck you!
I get the joke, and goddamn it, it's such a dad joke. You're such a dad now, Q.
That's what it was. Oh god, that's exactly what it was. It was a dad joke. He delivered that line well too as well.
Mm-hmm. I also in watching one of the scenes where I think he appears in the turbo lift when Janeway's wandering around.
Yeah.
And she says, "Not now, Q," and closes the turbo lift. And she's walking down the corridor. Yeah. And suddenly he appears next to her. Because obviously Delancey ran all the way around the set. And good for him.
But also, I remember when she did that, I'm like, that isn't gonna work.
Yeah.
He's Q.
But she's making a point.
No, I know. Oh, God. Oh, God, when she shoved her foot in his face, I'm like, oh, there are so many creepy fan fictions that go in a different direction in that scene.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah, oddly, even though we saw the naked Seven moment and was, it's perturbing and all this thing, the Q appearing in the bathtub with Janeway, I was fine with, because it wasn't at all sexual.
Yeah, no.
It's just I'm here to be inconvenient.
Yeah, and he was also still fucking dressed.
I also liked Bad Cop Janeway. She's pretty good.
Mm.
Well, if your father won't punish you, I'll punish you.
Punished.
Puny humans. I got nothing.
I was doing a Boston ass.
Oh, fuck it. That's what you're doing. Shit. So, because it would be too damn expensive, just imagine a transporter sound effect here. And now we all gasp. Caitlin!
Me! She appeared!
Just in time for the Blogtivity. And that's our segue.
Q made you appear!
Oh, there we go. There was a Q flash noise. Hold on.
That's a pretty good snap.
That was
a solid snap.
Thank you.
Alright, so we're segueing so smoothly. No time has passed.
None.
Into our Blogtivity this week. Guys, there's so little Voyager left.
I'm so unhappy,
weird.
dude.
I've been enjoying talking about the show so much that we're going to talk about it in our Blogtivity too, so that we can squeeze a little bit more Voyager out of it than there was. And what we're going to do is the same thing we've done with the other series so far, and we're going to talk about our favorite minor or one-off characters from all of Voyager, except the couple of episodes that are still remaining, because fuck those guys. But we're doing it now. So our top 3 minor one-off characters. Some good ones to choose from.
Yeah. I have to make a call. I've got 4.
I have the same, but I know who
does it have to be one-offs?
Or minor.
One-off or minor.
Like
they're not the
Icheb
same.
or lower.
Yeah. Icheb's one of them.
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
That's fine.
All right, you started, so
Do
Icheb.
it. We
Good,
like
great.
Icheb.
Definitely a minor.
Well,
Nah.
that's true. I just really like Icheb.
Yeah.
I liked. I didn't like that time that he was macking on B'Elanna so much, or rather, thought she was mac. Either way, all of that made me really fucking uncomfortable. But otherwise, I really like Icheb. I'm gonna have to give it to. I hate that I'm about to say this because I really thought I was gonna hate the character so fucking much, but I really liked Q too once he.
Oh wow! I'm super sad we missed your discussion in the episode.
Yeah, because I really thought I was gonna hate that episode.
Tell us, because I've been defending the fuck out of that episode to these jerks who hated it.
Oh,
No,
you
hate
guys.
it.
I wasn't keen on the first half. Then it grew on
Well,
me.
right, because the first half is when he's being an annoying little douchebag.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that either. I was like, oh my god, it's gonna be like Q on steroids and it's gonna be terrible. But I also liked how we kind of got like, oh, actually also Q is a terrible father.
So bad.
Because he has no idea what he's doing. But like the reason why that's kind of fun is because like that's the human condition. Like no one knows what the fuck they're doing and they're a first time parent. First of all, health professionals don't tell you anything, any of the truth. Like women go into this shit like
They usually shit themselves.
Yeah. Not just that, they usually rip themselves from vagina to asshole, pushing out baby. Sorry, they usually tear their taint.
Taint no thing.
Taint no
Ew.
thing. Yeah, not after you shit out a baby and everything you've eaten. But not even just that, like, postpartum depression.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the fucking myriad of illnesses that only pregnant women can get that there's no fucking cure for, because who fucking cares? It's just pregnant women.
Yeah, you'll be over it in 9 months, right? Right.
The fucking, and actually to go with the torn taint, the husband stitch, which
That's
is when
awful.
they give you an extra stitch to tighten you up so your hubby can get back in there and enjoy himself
That's
again.
not still a thing, is it?
Oh,
I
I'm
mean,
sure
I've
it is
heard
somewhere.
of it.
Yeah, it's definitely
There's a plethora of things that they don't tell you about. And like my thing is like they start lying to you early too. I think healthcare professionals just lie to women about everything. Because I remember when I went to get my IUD, they were like, "Oh yeah, it's real easy. They just it's like they put a straw up there and they slide it in and you're done." It's not what it's like. It's like you get ripped, you get forced open, and then they push it into you, and then you start having contractions like you're having a baby because your uterus is trying to get rid of the foreign contaminant all up in your business.
Yeah, I remember when you were on Foxes in the Hen
Oh
House.
boy,
you guys covered
talked about it
You guys
extensively.
covered it on one of your episodes, and I listened and was horrified.
Yeah, I
every
had a-
fucking moment.
And what's funny is, like, I had a terrible experience, but I was the only one of the four of us who wound up actually keeping my IUD, because aside from the very traumatic insertion of said IUD...
Yeah, because you don't want to go through that again.
Well, you have to, every 5 to 7, 8 years.
Oh, I didn't know they came out and you had to do it
Oh,
again.
yeah, they're only good for so long.
Oh, gross.
Yeah. Anyway, the point is...
Just you know that great stuff? You ever have that? You use great stuff?
What?
Comes in a can, like for filling.
Mortar it closed?
Yeah. It's like
Great.
expanding foam.
I'm gonna put a little caulking in there.
Just jam it in there.
Jam
squirt
some
it.
caulk in that thing and take care of it.
Yeah. Just,
Yeah. Yeah, that would be good.
seal the whole thing up tight.
Just
All right,
seal it up.
how are you
Anyway.
likening this to Q2?
Oh, just the point is that I'm not at all.
No one's ready was the
Yeah,
short
I think that
version.
was the jumping off point, was just that, like, no one's ready because no one tells you how it's really going to be. And even if you read every fucking parenting book from, 5,000 BC to today, I don't think there were any parenting books in 5,000 BC. Maybe there were. You're not ready. So it's cool that Q is also not ready. But wow, what a shitty father.
So bad.
And,
But good for a Q.
well, I mean, he's the only one.
Yeah, I was gonna
He's
say,
the only-
he's both the best
His
and the
mom
worst.
left him.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that would be great if he gave him a mug for Father's Day that was like best worst father in the world or something. World's best worst dad. That would be fucking great. Anyway, but yeah, I liked it a lot. Once asshole started acting right, I liked him. I liked it.
Okay.
So-
All I got from that was Q's got a ripped taint, but
No, Mrs. Q has a ripped
Oh.
taint. Actually, I wonder how Q's give birth.
Yeah, because
I mean, they just touched fingers and it appeared, so.
Oh, right.
So anyway,
Well,
so.
the taint ripping is just another extra snap that Q did for her.
No, I was gonna say, no, when a Q gives birth, that sun goes supernova or something. So who's your third?
who's the turd?
Yeah, who is my third? I had it. Where is it? Oh, Barkley.
There we go.
Broccoli.
Yeah, I like Barkley in this show because he's like still a little neurotic and still a little creepy, but like also I just love watching his episodes because he's actually super competent and people keep being like, "No, Reg, you fucking idiot," and like every time he's right, and I'm just like, man. I mean, I also would not want to take Barkley's word for it,
Let's say,
but
Reg-
shit, he's never wrong these days.
To get back to your earlier point, Jesus, Red, you'd think you were a woman the way they're ignoring you.
I mean, he's always been right. That's the thing about him, is that like he's just, but
Yeah,
he's
but he used to be a lot creepier, so I didn't
Yeah.
care as
He was
much,
also
you know?
worse at expressing himself.
the thing
He's still
is,
great
it
at
just
it,
goes
but-
to show, if you act like a fucking cretin, people aren't going to pay attention to you. That's what happened.
Unless you're on Twitter.
Unless you're running for
Unless
president.
you own fucking Twitter. So I had considered Reg, but he didn't make my list. As I said to you, Ames, off air, I also considered both Leonard and Roy.
Yay!
Who are Leonard and Roy?
The holographic iguana and fly, respectively.
Oh, right.
So my list.
Who's your last minute pick?
I don't know. The definite, though,
Okay.
Danara Pell.
Yay! I like her.
Who dat again?
The Doc's Vidian girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, she's great.
Yeah. So it's between Doc's other girlfriend or...
7 of 9?
Freya.
Oh, Freya.
Oh, hell yeah, Freya.
Yeah.
Man, Doc gets all the hot girls.
He's got to type that, Doc.
It's either Freya or Mazzotti, but I don't know which.
Ooh.
Who's Mazzotti again?
The
Borg girl. Mazzotti.
Borg child.
Gotta be Mazzotti.
Mazzotti's a good choice.
The best of the Borg kids. Sorry, Icheb. He's still good, but she was better.
It's okay. Icheb's like, it's okay, Chris. My parents were going to sacrifice me to the Borg.
That's
Nothing
true.
you do can hurt me.
It's true. And Quinn.
Oh, that's another good one.
2 Qs on our list
Yep.
so far.
Rock, paper, scissors,
I'll
shoot.
go.
As a side note, I know I was supposed to treat this as a favorite, but it's more like I picked people I could remember, so...
Yeah,
That
so
makes them your favorite.
Well, if they're the only ones, yeah, by default, I suppose they are.
I will say that there were a couple different characters who were kind of sort of in the running, and a lot of them ended up being in the hat.
I'm so excited to play with the hat.
Oh, you guys...
Hat time is my
Y'all
favorite
are gonna
time.
hate every fucking thing I put in that hat.
Oh, I also put some bad ones in there, don't get me wrong.
Well, if you draw them, you're
No,
in trouble.
I put in great ones. But you're not gonna like them.
cool.
Jake.
So 2 Vicks.
Yeah.
I was
Alright.
wondering if he'd show up.
I actually did consider him.
Yeah, he's a solid choice.
Oh, I should have put him in the hat.
Yeah, I tried to go with people that other people might not have chosen, although I'm surprised no one said 2 Vicks. So
Yeah,
far.
I don't think anyone can follow Caitlin's fanfic from last time on Tuvix, though.
What does
I'm
have
sorry,
to
that
do-
was Nevok.
Yeah,
What does that have to do with
Nothing.
the three best characters?
Nothing.
Just wanted to bring him up again.
Oh, okay. All right, this one I had to look up the name because I wasn't sure, and I don't even know if it's even said in the episode. It probably is.
Is it Gotana Rex?
Is it Ewoks?
Well, that's okay. I was going to say that one third, but I'll say it second instead. Katana Retz.
Is that,
That is the Romulan friend from. I'm sorry. That's the
Daniel J. Kim.
Daniel Day Kim from.
Oh, okay.
Oh, good one. Yeah.
Oh, and if you're thinking of the Romulan, then I know
Yeah.
who your third is.
Yeah, my second or third, depending on what order Ames makes me say them in,
Sorry.
is Telek Ramor,
Yay, he's another good
the
one.
Romulan from Eye of the Needle,
yeah, I did think of him too.
who
Oh man, all
was
good
a good
choices.
man, but unfortunately,
Yeah, your list
did
is
not
full
live.
of very good men.
Yeah.
A
Actually,
few good men.
Not just a few. I was gonna say.
reminds me of something I forgot to mention a few weeks ago. His message may have not made it to the Federation, but I think the Romulans found out.
Yeah.
Because there was a passing mention in, I want to say, the terrible Ferengi episode of the Romulans having been interested in Voyager. And I was like, how would they know? I
Interesting.
wonder. I forgot to bring it up then. And I've been meaning to find a reason to bring it up ever since. And there it is. Thank you, Jake.
Nice.
But yes, I considered him, because I'm also a sucker for a Romulan, just in general.
It's always good when they're back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they are so bad at everything.
Man, so we actually have very, very little overlap, except for this one character that I swapped in after thinking for the longest time, like, I'm gonna say Kellen. No one else is gonna even remember who Kellen is because she's unforgettable.
Ah.
And the thing is, that episode isn't good, but she's great. But then I remembered, oh wait, shit. I have to bump her so I can say Mazzoni.
There we go.
Because I just love that girl.
That's fair. She's great.
Yeah,
She's great.
she's the exception that proves the rule kind of thing. Because
Yeah.
she makes a kid character likable.
Yeah.
She's consistently written. She's interesting. Her actor is good.
Oh yeah, the acting is superb.
Speaking of Borgs, I got another Borg on my list, and that's one.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because I thought he was very interesting as well. Acted nicely by our normally Nazi man. But just, also just a sweet thing.
Yeah, totally.
I'm going to go the opposite route and be not at all sweet with my last pick. Y'all can already guess what it is because it's my boy Lon Suter. No one is surprised.
Nope.
Just fucking love that guy.
Yeah.
He's such a weird man.
Rewatched 84 Dune recently.
I was literally just gonna bring that up.
I always forget until he dies. The bizarre thing he does.
Brad Dourif, just the weirdest guy.
He's so great.
What does he do when he dies?
He
again?
just he makes this weird face, and then he goes like, and dropped real fast. Like, if there was not a mat under Brad, he hurt himself. Because he just goes down.
Yeah, good picks.
Yeah.
I drink this Kool-Aid, it stains my lips. The lips tell everybody who I am. I do this by my own fucking free will.
That's
Where
fairly.
is that from?
That's
what he
kind
does.
of accurate.
He does a little speech every
Yeah,
time.
he just does a little.
I second that emotion.
Second.
He's the perfect casting for that.
I was
And he
kind
was
of.
perfect as Lon Suitor.
What are they called? Memtats?
Yeah.
Mentats.
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 Mentats. Like Mentos, but Mentats.
Ooh. The fresh
I was
maker.
kind of wondering if evil Cardassian Doctor was going to show up on anyone's list.
I considered him.
Yeah.
Can't think of his name, but
Dr. fucking Hottie Nazi Doctor Pants.
Krell.
Pretty sure that's his name.
Krell
there we go.
Of course you know.
No, I pictured the man in Star Trek timelines, and what is the word that's usually with him?
But we're not done.
We're not done. We have more names.
Wait, there's more.
We have a
Great
hat.
character names for everyone because we're getting so close to the end of Voyager, and it's actually later than we usually do for picking our names for the fanfic that's going to accompany the end of Voyager. Fast approaching.
I'm so sad, dude.
So what we've done is we've each put 8 names in a hat.
That's 32 names.
How many are we drawing each? I can't. 3?
4.
4.
We're going to draw 4 and pick 2.
Oh, that's right.
Because
that's right,
last time Jake, or the first time Jake got stuck with Isis the cat and was contemptible about it ever since.
Oh, but he used her so well.
What was Isis the cat again? Is that stupid
Assignment
Earth
Yeah.
shit? God, what a piece of shit.
What did I do? Mirror Isis?
Yeah. And you. Oh, that was good.
All right. Let's all just have at this hat. Great Foley, Caitlin.
All right. Oh, Jesus Christ.
All right, she's picked 2 already. Oh, nope, they're back in.
All right, go Ames.
All right. All 1. Should I do all 4?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah,
Going for
take
it.
4.
No, get the fuck out of here.
2. Oh, God, I picked 3. I have 3 out of 4.
Whatever, those are yours now.
I also only got 3.
Get out of here.
I have 1.
I have 2. Nope.
God damn it.
That one's yours.
God. She's full of piss and vinegar.
There it is. I got my last one. Oh, God. I saw who it was.
Oh, no, she's punchy.
I was
She's
at
punchy,
work for
God
12
save us.
hours.
Wait, that's too many. All right, there we go.
All right.
You'd be punchy, too, if you had a fucking shitty day like I had. Do.
Oh, God. Keep running with that. You read yours first.
Go with
You're
it.
just...
Go with it. Who we got?
Dala, the Janeway impersonator.
Oh, fuck. I didn't even think of her.
Icheb, I wrote that one.
You spelled it wrong.
Quark, I wrote that one, too.
What is
I
Quark doing
Almost
here?
put Quark.
I did it
Oh,
because
right,
Jake
we saw-
reminded
He
me.
saw
tried
Quark in the
to
first one.
rip off Harry
You're
Kim.
right.
What does that say? Kolar? Kolar?
Looks like it says Kolar.
Kolar.
What's a Kolar?
Which one was Kolar?
He was,
Was it the Barge of the Dead guy?
No,
Damn
he was the head of the Prophet people. The one who didn't really buy it
Oh,
anymore,
the one.
but
Okay, yeah.
their leader.
The one that saw B'Elanna's
Hang
printed
on.
belly and was like, "Oh, it's our leader, prophecy."
Prophecy, yeah, from a couple weeks ago.
Oh, wait, are we talking about the patron or are we talking about the playwright?
No, not that one.
Oh.
No, the Klingons that thought that
Oh,
the baby was the Messiah.
right,
He was
right.
he was the leader who didn't really believe it anymore and just wanted to find a planet
Yeah,
to live
and
on.
he had a great fucking voice.
He did.
Well, I hate all
Yeah,
of
we
these.
thought he sounded like Avery Brooks.
Yeah, I think this is a hand meant for Chris.
I hate all of this, and I have myself to blame for 50% of it, so that's great.
All right. While she's considering those 4,
Just pick Quark and write a DS9 fanfic.
Perfect.
Here's
But
who
put
I drew.
Icheb in it.
I'm very upset that I have Da Vinci in front of me.
Yay,
Yes!
that's my fault.
All
Wait,
right.
what?
Oh, apparently it's also your fault.
Oh no, there are multiple Da Vinci's running around.
There might be more than that.
Oh
Ooh, hot dog.
I got a Michael Sullivan.
Oh, you're welcome.
I get General Korok. Him I like. He was
That's
a
Chris's
board.
handwriting. Good job.
And Mazzotti, who I put in myself.
Oh, and you love Mazzotti. You just put Mazzotti in 8 times, didn't you?
Might have.
I swear I put some in here, but no one's picked any of mine yet.
Isn't that yours? Or is that hers?
Not
That's mine.
Oh, is it really? Oh.
no! Jake, you go.
Okay, I probably got 4 of
All
my own.
yours, yeah.
Jake's like, I regret all these shitty ones I wrote down now.
Oh, I get Janeway and Paris lizard babies.
Ooh.
Yes!
Not them. Not Janeway and Paris as lizards, but they're babies.
Yes, good. I'm into this.
That was one of mine.
They're dead babies.
Barkley, Reg.
Hey, I wrote that one also. What the fuck? You wrote down everything I wrote
Eminem?
down. Let me see it. Is it my
Oh,
writing?
Zimmerman. It's Zimmerman.
Yes, that's
Which-
Zimmerman. I wrote that.
That's my Barkley, yeah.
And Pank?
Let me see it.
Oh, Pank! That was
That's
the
Jeffrey Combs character.
Oh!
And I wrote
That's
that.
a good
Oh,
one!
the head of the WWF.
Oh man, he's a good one.
That's good.
I
Interesting.
like him.
Well, I'm all that's left.
I am still... haven't seen any of mine.
Captain Ransom.
Good one.
Shocking. Lon Suitor.
I didn't even put that one.
Oh.
Well, then that must have been you, Jake.
Holy shit! Someone else did this because that's not my handwriting.
What is it?
Satan's robot.
I did it!
Nice.
I'm so glad you were the one that drew him, too.
And my Michael Sullivan. I already know who I'm picking. Michael Sullivan and Satan's robot.
Nice.
Okay, that's brilliant.
I wish I would have got Michael Sullivan.
Man.
I would just write
I think
porn.
only 2 of mine got picked at all.
Well, dang.
Okay,
So
wait.
Chris knows Chris knows who he's doing.
I don't know what it's gonna be, but they're just. I have to.
You do have
Sorry,
to.
who's Kolar again? I know you just told me.
He was the head of the Klingon generation.
Right.
Yeah, that's a pretty good pick.
Right.
Oh boy. The easy thing for me would be Korok and Mizodi, because they're both Borgs.
True.
Now, do I want to do the easy thing or a not easy thing? Now, Chris is already doing Michael Sullivan, which kind of taints Michael Sullivan for me, but I don't like Da Vinci on principle,
That's fair. That's fair.
unless I do something very interesting with him, which I could. Who else is having thoughts?
I'm gonna do Quark and Dala because they're both a fucking couple of scheming
Oh
fuck
yeah,
faces.
and then they're gonna fuck.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
How about you, Jake? Do you have any thoughts
Definitely
yet?
gonna fuck.
Well, I can't... I don't know enough about Pank to write anything interesting about him.
That's kind of the fun part.
Bro, he's fucking great.
He's a greasy man.
The lizard babies...
You don't know enough about them either, then, surely.
I don't, but that means that they're kind of a blank slate.
Fair enough, yeah.
And then Zimmerman and Barkley obviously go together because they're
Peanut
Unless
butter
they
and
don't.
buddies.
chocolate.
Unless you separate them.
You gotta keep them
Now
separated.
here's the question. Could Zimmerman be the EMH in brainwash mode?
It's your
Where he-
fanfic.
where-
Yeah, I mean, who's gonna stop you?
Yeah.
By the
me.
time you've done it, it's too late for us to be
I
like,
might be too
"Wah!"
far. I might be just go the lazy route and go Zimmerman and Barkley. Well,
There you go.
And then they fuck?
of course.
Thank you.
It also means that I don't have to write anything about the Voyager characters because both of them are in the Alpha Quadrant.
True.
Okay, I'm taking Michael Sullivan out. Okay, I'm going to do Mizodi no matter what. Does she go with Korok or Da Vinci?
Oh, God.
Is that my
Not Da
Mizzotti
Vinci.
or
Why
your
would you do that to
Mizzotti?
This is
Mizzotti?
my Mizodi. Because I write in all caps. I'm going to put her with Korok.
Okay.
Zodi Korok. Should we draw the remaining names and see
Yes,
who
we
was
should.
not?
Oh,
Well,
that's a
it's-
great idea.
Oh, wait, King. All right. So we've got Troy.
That was
I
Caitlin.
considered her. Chell, who I considered but did not put in.
Yeah, Chell.
Sulu. I forgot. Yes.
Who's Chell again?
The
He's the
Bolian.
Bolian.
Bolian
Oh, yeah,
that,
yeah.
that couldn't run around.
Yes.
Uh,
Tuvok made him run, and he did not like it.
Katana Rhett, in parentheses, Daniel Day Kim's
Because
character.
I knew someone wouldn't remember.
Chaotica, with an exclamation point.
Woo!
Q. Doesn't say which one.
Yeah,
Ooh, Q of your
Taylor's
choice.
Fear the Clown.
Yes.
Oh, nope, don't like that.
That's good.
Oh,
I will-
man.
But we could write all
Could you
want
imagine
about
how
him.
great Mizzotti and Fear the Clown would be together? She would not be
She'd
fucking impressed
fucking
by
destroy
that.
him.
Man.
The Pendari champion, The Rock.
Oh, see, I was thinking of the Hirogen. What was he called in that?
Oh, I don't remember his name.
Well, he didn't have a name. He had a title.
Oh, he had a title. The...
But I thought of
Hirogen
including him
guy.
because I loved him.
Seska.
Because it's my man, Martok, under all that stuff, and I love the man, so.
Cardin.
Which one's Cardin?
As I put in the parentheses, Aaron Eisenberg's Kazon.
Oh, Cardin, yes. He starts off as Car.
Right. Anarax.
Yeah.
Red Foreman.
Yep.
Any of you remember?
Denara Pell.
Yay.
Barkley again. Mazzotti again.
Good. She deserves it.
Da Vinci again.
Jerks.
He does not deserve it.
Satan's robot again.
Wow. What are the odds?
I mean, I did not think anyone else would Satan's robot, so
Satan's
that's actually
robot.
pretty great.
Back when I mistook the assignment and thought we were doing just 4 names, he was the one I knew I was going to be in the hat.
Amazing.
So yeah, look forward to that whenever we're through with all of Voyager and through with a bunch of other stuff. I think the usual plan is to hit the anniversary of September-ish.
Yeah.
Look forward to whatever the hell we write about all these characters we drew out of the hat. It'll be a fun time, so, keep up with us then. Check out whatever the hell we talked about a moment ago on the blog. You'll see all of our favorite characters on whatever this week's post is. Next week, we have more to do next week. Woo. It's a busy, busy time now that we're rushing to the edge of the Alpha Quadrant. Next week, 2 more episodes. Shocking. They're going to be Author, and Friendship 1. So, listen to those on whatever podcast thing you're listening to right now. Keep doing that. You can hang out with us on Facebook and Twitter. For reasons. We're not on Threads yet. For reasons.
We're not on Instagram, even.
Well, we don't post pictures a lot.
No, I know, but I think it's how you get on Threads, isn't it?
No, Threads is like new Twitter.
Well, yeah, but you...
Well, yeah, it's part of the metaverse, but you have to be on Instagram to be in Threads.
I think it's tied to the Instagram
That's fucking
account.
stupid.
I mean, why would you do anything, Zuckerberg?
Yeah, it's
So it's better than doing
Musk.
anything Musk.
Yeah, it's not...
You say it like you have to be doing these things.
I mean...
Jake, I don't, but...
Jake says when I have to inform him of the shit going on in our friends' lives all the time.
Well, I mean...
Clearly the answer is TikTok.
Clearly the answer is TikTok. So everyone, go on to TikTok.
Oh, no.
Have a great fucking day. We'll be back next week for more. This has been Ames.
This has been Caitlin.
Jake.
And some sort of hip dance from the talking, it's Chris.
It was so hip.
Yep.
You should be playing the
Hop,
saxophone.
Oh, boy.
Those bagpipes? What are you playing now?
Oh, fuck, we broke our bringing up Harry Kim as Bill Clinton streak. Damn it.
Oh,
And this doesn't count.
no.
Fuck.
It counts.
There wasn't a lot of Harry Kim in these shows.
Good night.